Hi everybody, how are you? My name is Etty Cytryn and I'm a health coach with Optavia, and I'm coming to you today to talk to you about something that I think is really important. It's about the importance of you staying in contact with your health coaches and speaking with, just listening to them and hearing them out and talking to them on a weekly basis so that they could help you reach your goals, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to guide you and support you and motivate you, hold you accountable, and keep you, on the right track. So, before I delve into that a little bit more, I'm just going to give you a little bit more information about me and my family and how I came to Optavia. I am married to Charlie Cytryn, and we have four boys, four amazing boys, ages from 8 to 17. And when I first met Charlie, his weight was always an issue. It was something that he had, thought, it was something that he always thought about and was always worried about throughout, his adult life. And I remember even being as newlyweds, I would always try to cook healthy meals for him and keep him on the right track. And I guess I was a health coach in the making even back then. But anyways, so through the years, as we had our children, our first child and our second child, and, just the stresses of life got in the way, work and family life, and, his health and his weight sort of took a back seat to everything else that was going on. And I would say over the last 10 years, he had gained a lot of weight, and it caused a lot of different issues. He developed sleep apnea, and that's a sleeping disorder, basically, that you sort of stop breathing in the middle of the night for a few, seconds. You have very loud snoring and gagging sounds, and he really wasn't getting a good night's sleep at all, and that caused him to just be exhausted all the time. His life basically became, waking up, going to work, coming home, having his dinner, sitting on the couch, and basically falling asleep after 15 minutes. And that was our life. He really didn't spend so much time with children. His idea of spending time with the boys was watching a sports game on TV or something, and that was it. There was like real no interaction over the last few years. And even with us, he had gained probably the most amount of weight ever in about, I would say, the summer of 2016. And we would be invited to different social events and things to do. And, he didn't feel good about himself. I'd make up excuses why we couldn't go. And it was just causing a lot of, strenuous feelings. And, he was just always disappointed in himself. He never told me, but I knew he was disappointed and he felt bad. And there was also the health aspect of it all. He had a very high blood pressure, very high cholesterol. And he would go to his doctors year after year, and they would tell him, you have to lose weight, you have to exercise. And he would try. He'd join the gym. He went a few times. He'd fall out. He tried different weight loss programs, and he would do okay for a while. And then again, he would just fall out and just end up gaining that weight back plus some. And it was just hard, and we knew that we wanted to do a change. He knew that he had to do a change. He just didn't know how, and he didn't know what to do. And then in May of 2017, he ran into a friend of his. He used to play softball with him, and that was another thing. He really loved sports. He loved to play sports. He would play racquetball once a week. He would join all sports, softball leagues during the spring and summertime. And as the weight came on and as he got a little bit older, it was much harder for him to perform the right way. He couldn't keep up with the other guys. He would swing the bat and end up pulling out his back and straining muscles, and his body just couldn't handle his weight. So he met his friend in May of 2017, bumped into him somewhere, and he had lost a lot of weight, looked phenomenal. And Charlie inquired and said, what are you doing? He ended up referring us to his health coach, and Charlie started the program in June of 2017. And to make a long story short, he lost 50 pounds in about 4 months. He gained a ton of energy, a ton of confidence. My kids had their dad back. I had my husband back. Instead of watching a football game, he was out there, playing football with them. We live a few miles away from the beach. They'd hop on their bikes and ride to the beach together. It was a real transformation, and it completely changed our lives. And then the health aspect was even more phenomenal because he went to his cardiologist in August and they went over all his blood work, and the doctors they couldn't believe what they saw. His blood work, his cholesterol, his high blood pressure all decreased dramatically. He was able to get off some of his medications, which was such a relief to us. And I remember him coming home that day from the doctor, feeling amazing, was so happy. And I remember calling our health coach, telling her the amazing news, and I could literally hear her cracking in her voice cracking, because she was so happy. She was literally crying with us. And I know 100% we definitely would not have been able to be as successful on program if it wasn't for our health coach. We spoke to her every single week. I spoke to her. My husband spoke to her. She kept us motivated. She kept us, kept us our eye on the ball. We knew what we had to do. If things were coming up, a wedding came up, or a weekend away, she would let us know what to do, give us the tips that we needed to do, and just keep us motivated and to keep us on track. And that's why when my husband lost all this weight and people were asking us, what are you doing? What's going on? Charlie looks amazing. We knew that we wanted to be health coaches and help other people attain what we were able to attain and do it the same exact way and get the same exact support that we were able to get. And I really feel really emotional about this because I know the difference between doing a program on your own and doing it with somebody who's there to support you and guide you and motivate you and help you. We want to hear it all. We want to know what you're feeling, how you're what's going on in your life. I want to hear about all the non-scale victories, and nothing makes me happier when my clients call me and tell me that, they're fitting into jeans that they haven't fit into in 10 years, that they went to their doctors and their blood work came back phenomenal and they're off certain medications, that they're able to do things with their kids that they weren't able to do before, or their grandkids that they couldn't do before. I want to hear all those things. And I also want to hear about the struggles that you might be going through because I want to help you through those things. Optavia health coaches, there's nobody else in the world like them. I was so fortunate and so happy that I was able to meet so many different health coaches through the different conventions that we had. And they are amazing, amazing people who just all want to help you and be part of this journey with you. So let them be a part of this journey with you. Take their weekly phone calls. Let them know what's going on because we can help you. Your successes are our successes. And if you are struggling and if you're having an issue or you have things coming up that you're not 100% sure what you're going to do about them, we can help you. We'll tell you what to do. We've seen it, we've heard it, and we could guide you in the right direction. Just to give you a little quick example, I had a client who was doing phenomenal. She was losing weight every single week. And she was reading her books, getting her mind healthy. She was getting on the Facebook pages and really utilizing the community. And we spoke every single week and she was doing great. And then one day I called her on a regular weekly phone call and she didn't answer. And I didn't really think much of it. So, I just let it pass. A few days passed. I didn't hear back from her. So I just shot her out a quick text asking her, how she's doing. Hope everything's okay. And then later on, she'd reached out to me and she told me that her mother and her mother-in-law both ended up in the hospital, within a few days apart, 2 different hospitals. She had a lot going on. She was trying to stick to program. She was bringing her fuels to the hospital. She was getting her waters in. But at night, she'd come home exhausted from the hospitals and it was hard. It was hard for her to think of what to make for a lean and green, let alone actually make one. So we came up with a few different ideas, few different things and tips that I was able to give her. And, she got some Chompy's bread and made some sandwiches or, made some hard-boiled eggs, grabbed some cheese sticks, whatever it was, simple and easy, just so she could take it with her to the hospital, have her lean and green there, and then just fuel the rest of the day. So that little tidbit of information, that one quick phone call really changed things around for her because she was able to stay on program and be able to reach her goal a lot quicker and a lot easier than if she hadn't. So, I really encourage all of you to stay in touch with your coaches. They're there to help you. They are there to support you and give them the heads up. Let them know what's going on. We want to hear everything so we can make sure that we're giving you the best advice. And Just in case you don't believe me, I actually found a study that was made back in 2016, and I'm just going to read it to you quickly. It says that talking to your Optavia coach more often may help you lose twice as much weight. Based on the results, based on the results of a 16-week clinical study, those who participated in at least 75% of their 23 assigned Optavia coaching calls lost 15.2 pounds compared to 6.7 pounds of those participating in fewer calls. So the choice is yours. 15 pounds, right, with your health coach, speaking to them on a regular basis, letting them help you and guide you in the right direction, or losing 6 pounds and not speaking to your health coach. I mean, to me, I think the choice is pretty clear. So I encourage you to choose correctly, and I wish you all lots of luck on your health journeys and that you succeed and achieve what you're trying to achieve. And that's all I have to say. So have a great day, and we'll talk soon again. Thanks so much.